Thank you for subscribing to the channel. It means a great deal. And for those who haven't subscribed yet, only take you a second, hit that subscribe button, share this channel, like this video. And what I want to talk to you about today is how Amazon are no longer giving us those 8 extra categories. They're allowing 1 more. Yeah, so basically, the news came out just over a week ago that Amazon will no longer allow anybody to ask for extra categories. I suppose you could ask for them, but whether you get them or not is another thing. Instead, what we've got ourselves 3 categories to choose from. So instead of when we first go to the contents, when we're publishing a book, we normally get 2 choices for the Amazon shops. Well, now we get 3. And they're a little bit more easy to navigate, and I'll show you that in a second. But what does it actually mean? Well, Amazon are suggesting that by having, say, 10 categories, you're sort of muddying the waters. You're not letting them focus on your book. I've got more of a chance with fewer categories selected than the 10. And I don't know how that works, to be honest with you. But you can only go off what they say. And if they want to try to focus your book into 3 categories instead of 10 categories, and they believe it works better, then you can only go with it. In fact, you don't have any choice, as it happens now. So what happens to the books with the extra categories already? Well, I think they remain. Those with 10 categories, I think they stay as they are. Now, it used to be easier. Up until just now, it used to be quite easy to get a best-selling book. Relatively easy, I should say. And certainly not as hard as a New York bestseller or Sunday Times bestseller or something like that. But it's no longer so easy. You've got 3 categories. These are main categories. You go into subcategories, and again, I'll show you that in a minute. But it's not the same. It's not how it was. And you could, at one point, put a book up that was, say, about tennis. And I've seen this so many times, not so much about tennis, but I'm just giving you that as an example. Let's take tennis for an example. And they've put it in a category for agriculture or vermin control or something like that. And it's hit the #1 bestseller because you only took 1 or 2 sales to get to that spot in that vermin control. And which looked silly, really, didn't it? A tennis book in the #1 spot with the bestseller in vermin control. So that's pretty much done away with that. And yeah, that's a good thing in a lot of ways, because it stops a lot of people pushing a book. I mean, I've done it loads of times. I've had a book there, and it may have been out for Christmas, and it's been pipped at the post by something totally unrelated to the category I was in. And I've been sat in the #2 spot all the way through. And if not worse. And it should have been in the #1 spot, if not for a person choosing a totally different category than their book. So now they're not accepting as many more requests. So that's all gone. That'll free up some more time to concentrate on the rest of the business if they're not sacking people because of it. Once you start changing these again, your others will be lost. So you have to really change all 3. If you change all 3, your history may be muddled. It's like starting again, because any history that you had in a certain categories is now gone, and you're now looking at new categories, say 3 new categories, and it's not the best idea because it can and probably will set you back. Amazon says so. So again, if they say so, we can only work with them after all. But we don't want anything to set us back, so I would be reluctant to add these or mess about with these categories. I'd stick with the 2. If you've only picked 2, stick with the 2. If you pick 2 and 8 other categories and that's been accepted, leave it alone. Right, so let's have a little look how this looks. I've got a marketplace here, Amazon. I've got 2 categories already in an existing book, which is juvenile fiction, bedtime and dreams, juvenile fiction, girls and women. It's a girls' children's book. Choose categories. You can see straight away it's a totally different look. You're not just picking the categories from sort of a higgledy-piggledy list that's even hard to view on some monitors. You can select your category. So let's say, for instance, children's books is what I'm looking at. Subcategory. I can click placement, action and adventure. I could just have that. Now that's that one category done. Add another category. Or I can uncheck that, click on that, and have another little look. Comics and graphic novels. Okay, let's go with that. I can now click through something else and pick another category from here. So I could put humorous or fairy tales, folklore and legends. I can add another category. So let me just click on this. 1 out of 3 category placements selected. Select one. Let's have a little look. Could be children's books again. I will choose the first one, action and adventure. Add another category. I've got 2 out of 3 category placements. Here they are. I could just remove them and start again. Or children's books again. That's a subcategory which could be early learning, beginner readers. And there's my 3 books. I then save categories. By continuing, you will remove all existing categories for this title. This action cannot be undone. Your new categories will not go into effect until you submit and publish your book. So it's really up to you, but like I say, I mean, for me personally, I'm going to leave my category alone that I've already got. For any new books, I'm going to select the 3, and I've only got that option to select the 3. I can't ask for any extra categories, but what I will do is I'll make sure that they're specific to my book. I'll make sure they're as close to my book as I can possibly find on the categories and subcategories. And that's about all you can do. If I try to make, I've only got 3 chances. If I try to make one of them an obscure one, and it gets knocked back because it sounds like they're going to be more vigilant, looking for things like that, looking for people trying to put their book in different categories than they're supposed to be in. So I'll try and keep it as straight as possible. That should, according to Amazon, help my book. Okay, I might be going up against some bigger players, but that's okay. I've never been afraid of that anyway, and I think they should be in great categories. And niching down, it's never really been my thing. But it's up to you, and that's it.